What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another SLA video. Alright guys, going on my free-to-play account, I did this live, I was doing all my dailies yesterday, and a lot of people wanted me to actually cover doing POD on my free-to-play. I seem to have a fairly decent score, and some people were like, hey, how did you do it? So I'm going to show you guys pretty much my POD run. Now this is, I believe, Dark Day and one other day. I think it's water, dark and water, okay? That's the elements currently going on from yesterday. So this is dark. I don't know what it is right now. I don't know if the game is up. The game is not running, but I believe it could also be Dark Day today. Maybe I'm not 100% sure, but I do want to run this through. So I do have on my free-to-play account an A10 level 120 Plum, a level 100 a 9 Moon Shadow Dagger, and I've got for sets here. I've got SJW, I believe, with Expert and Curse. And then regarding skills, I picked obviously Legendary Magnifying Slashes, and I have myself Dispersion. Now, Legendary Dispersion, this is really important. And again, this is my free-to-play account, right? So I happen to get very lucky with Dispersion, but I picked Legendary Magnifying Slashes. So if somebody still has the Rune Skill Legendary Selector, Magnifying Slashes is what you want, guys, and that's what you should be choosing. Now, in regards to my actual shadows, I picked Igris, and I have myself Beru, and I have Serbia. All right, now it's important for these ones. You guys can see the units I'm using is Thomas, level 107 weapon. Don't ask, I don't have any resources to level it up any further. Level 100 gun. My Thomas is A8, gun he's A9, Malin is A5. That's right, this is free to play, believe it or not. In regards to cores, I've got the attack core on him. I've got the 5% attack core SJW. Second one, I don't remember what it is. I think it's a shield. And the third one is I think it's MP recovery. And then for Thomas, I've got the same setups across the board pretty much as everybody else. And then he's got I believe Curse and Obsidian. He's got full AP's Greed, and she's got Angel and White with Sylph. I believe that's the setup there. Okay, now this is a pretty straightforward run, and this is going to involve you doing one thing and one thing. Oh, I believe I restart here. One thing and one thing only. And the thing that matters most here, there's the cores right there. You guys can see them, right? Cores. They're not even matched up to the right element, to be honest. I just did it for stats purposes. But this is a big one right here. This is what I got for my blessings. Reawakening, Sharp Perception, Elemental, which is unfortunately still not legendary, and I've got Bloodlust, and then these ones here, of course, are set up there. And then this is the skills here we're going to be using. So Dispersion is here's what's important. So Dispersion here, this is going to be your main breaking ability, and it's going to pretty much keep the dragon's arms at bay at all times. Again, this is very important to note. Now I may mess up here and there, but I will stop and show you guys kind of the setup and what I did to make this work. All right, so the first thing you want to do is kind of go in the middle here, and one thing I will say is go to your option settings, change the camera to manual. Don't do smart lock. Manual is important because it allows you to control where you're placing the actual skill, right? So right here you guys can see, you do the skill like that, and look, see how it branches out, Dispersion? It hits everything at the same time. Here I just do my Plum Sword and get that back out, do my QTE. Plum Sword, actually, I didn't even activate Plum Sword there, which I should have first. But you guys can see Moon Shadow Daggers into a dash, into Magnifying Slashes. You'll see the 3 times 300. Do my Plum Sword. Now, as soon as a couple seconds goes, right, as soon as I cast my Magnifying Slashes, you have about 3 or 4 seconds before the dragon starts coming back up. I'll dash her here again, and then I do my Dispersion. You can see, again, right in the middle, and look what happens. This one instantly blows up, and this one here instantly blows up. Now, I did this literally a couple seconds too late, and it caused a little bit less timing than it normally would. But again, going back in, Magnifying Slashes, right, into right there, Moonshadow into Magnifying Slashes, Plum Sword into my ult. And then this is important because Malin's weapon obviously gives the person with the highest attack, in this case is SJW, the most amount of power. Now, my stats here, just so you guys are aware, I have 0 perception. I'm using all gems. It is 350, I believe, intelligence, and the rest is in strength. And the reason I believe it's built this way is because I was doing Guild Boss earlier, right? So I didn't change it. So you guys can see here, again, Dispersion, blow up. See, in this one, see, this is what I was talking about. I went a little bit too late, and that caused this arm to actually still activate. You ideally want to never let that happen. And the reason why it's so important never to let this happen is because you will allow yourself to never have to go through any of the other phases. Now, I believe a couple times I do mess up, and the phases do activate. Look right there. That was perfect timing, because right there, that arm blows up. See? That one instantly went. This one was able to be finished off by the rest of the guys, and Dispersion does its job. So again, make sure you guys have this fully set up this way, and you guys can continue doing this. Now, it's just rinse and repeat, right? And again, right here, dash. It's important to dash with plumb because you want amplifying to draw to effect. And we see right there how that happened. Again, that arm didn't go through. So practice your timing. I don't do this very often. I do the crosshairs one more. And that one I've got the timing down pat where it's almost impossible to mess it up for me. It's really rare unless I'm playing with chat and then I'm not concentrating. But dispersion is one that I'm still practicing with, and I find it on dark days is the best one because like that. Look at that. Just it's an instant blow up, right? I'm sorry, there's a lot going on screen, so it's hard to tell. But always cast it right in front of the dragon's head, and it will do the work for you. You almost don't have to do anything, right? Just be ready to have something available in case it doesn't go through all the way, like that right there. See, that was a mess up. I went too late, and this is the importance of having something like Intuit and having your intellect high enough to be able to cast it more often and quicker, because that way you're never going to have the cooldown be the issue. Right now, you guys can see the cooldown is a problem once in a while, and because I don't have it up, I cast it a little bit late, which causes this to happen. Right here you go. Look at this break. Boom, done. Back down she goes, or he goes, and then in this right now, you'll see normally at this point the golem would drop. Right? No golem right now. No dropping. But again, if you mess it up at any point, it could be like a minute left, the golem will come. So you got to keep, at this point, you have to break the arm on a constant basis. See right there. See, that was my mess up. Look, I cast it literally a few seconds too late, and that arm survived and the golem dropped. So very important to note that, guys. But we continue going here. The breaks just keep happening, right? And they don't stop. We just, the same process every single time, and the damage keeps coming through. So this was the first team I did. So it's Gunhee, Malin, Thomas. We did fairly well. I did almost, see right there, I broke it again. And I messed up the shadow step there because I was talking to chat. So that actually made me lose my 10 billion score. So right there is free to play. You guys can see almost 10 billion on the first run. Now I could do much better on this. I decided just to let it go. And then the second run, what we did is we went Min, Libora, and who else did I put in this? I think it was maybe Cha? No, it's Choi. All right, and Fire Day is weak. So this team here is important because Libora does Charm for 15% more damage. He does defense down. Min does 15% more damage, and Libora's weapon also gives a lot more crit on this, right? So very, very important here to do the exact same thing. Now, this team won't be blowing up the arms as quick, but you don't need them to. You just need them to buff SJW for him to do all that focus and damage. So exact same format here, guys. Now this, we actually break the arms a lot better, I believe, in this run for the most part, except we mess up one part here. You guys can see right there, it's an instant blow up. We do mess up one part where I believe he actually ends up flying right over here. You guys can see. Oh no, wait, some of the golem. Well, let me go back. But you guys can see right there, right? You guys saw the time there? At 58 seconds, the golem's coming down. Now, that's a bad thing to deal with because you want to constantly punish this dragon without having that happen, right? But you guys can see right here, 144. Right now is when the golem should be dropping in a normal run where you're not breaking the hands constantly, right? But right here, you guys can see it's not bad run. That's a mess up right there. Again, you don't want that happening. We luckily break it. And then the screw up happens right around... See an instant break there. Right around here, I believe, is where the screw up happens. See, right there. Look, at 103, the golem drops because look, the same thing happened before where half the HP wasn't taken off in one of the arms. So very important, guys, to make sure you drop that super quickly. Now, the rest of the run is pretty straightforward. You guys can see I'm at 6 billion already on my free-to-play account. Now, my Libora is only a 3. My Min is a 6. My Choi is a 5. Okay, so again, free-to-play account, pretty decent. Got good units. And I think we end up here with a very similar run to the last, maybe a little bit lower in score, 7.7, but obviously not quite as high. So I could definitely do better on both, but I want to show you guys that trick. So with dispersion, just make sure that when you are casting it, you're casting it right in the middle of the head, whether the dragon starts off. And ideally, you don't want this move to be the start off, although it's not a bad one. And if that is the case, if the arm does go up, just let it come down slowly and then cast dispersion. It'll take care of the arm for you. But right here, you want to make sure you're almost always in the front of the dragon's face when casting dispersion, or a little bit to the side even, and you guys can usually break the arms almost every single time with the proper timing. And if you have Intuit, definitely use Intuit instead of Sharp Perception. That will, first off, give you more damage, and secondly, you can feed more intelligence to get more out of it as well too, right? So one of the reasons why the arms aren't breaking that fast is because my damage is lower because I have everything in intellect without intuit. So there you guys go. Hope this video helps some of you free-to-play players or dolphins, or help pay-to-win players. And if you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.